Hello and welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome. I am here to do an impromptu book excerpt reading from The Desire Factor by Christy Whitman. The Desire Factor: How to Embrace Your Materialistic Nature to Reclaim Your Full Spiritual Power. There was no new episode, no guest interview of the Every Day is a New Day show this week. And it was time to do another book reading video conversation with you. I'll pull a few cards at the end. This is going to be a short one. I really mean it. It's really going to be a short one today. But yeah, I felt drawn to this book. So let's go ahead and take a look at the excerpt that I randomly opened up to earlier. Pretty awesome one. It's going to start on page 119, and we begin with: in an article called Learn the Value of Spiritual Surrender, first published in Yoga Journal in 2007, author Sally Kempton suggests that these obstacles are a type of spiritual impasse that is leading us to something greater. She describes it in this way. So let me just preface for a moment. We're talking about you are experiencing obstacles to manifesting what it is you desire, experiencing obstacles to achieving your goal, okay? This is what Sally Kempton had to say. You are trying as best you can to make something happen, and you're failing. You realize that you simply cannot do whatever it is you want to do, cannot win the battle you're in, cannot complete the task, cannot change the dynamics of the situation. At the same time, you recognize that the task must be completed. The situation must change. In that moment of impasse, something gives in you, and you enter either a state of despair or a state of trust, or sometimes both. One of the great roads to the recognition of grace leads through the heart of despair itself. And then Christy continues, to acknowledge the existence of the solution, even when you're knee-deep in the problem. To recognize that you are being called to greater expansion when you're living what feels like a devastating loss. To know that because your desires are an expression of your divine self, you must continue to put your faith in them, even when there is no evidence that they're on track. This is the work of surrender. Surrender and faith go hand in hand. They call us to believe in the viability of our desires and to keep moving toward them, even when the outer world seems to reflect something different. When we surrender to the path of our desire, even when we have no idea where it will lead, we emerge on the other side as much greater, more empowered versions of ourselves. And sometimes that journey changes everything about us and redirects the entire trajectory of our lives. So to recap, let's recap that point really quick. What is it saying? It's basically saying that no matter what the external world is reflecting, if you have a strong desire, a deep knowing, there's this thing I really want to manifest, I really desire to achieve. You may not know what that journey is going to look like, but your job, knowing that you are being called to greater expansion, is to stay in connection and alignment with that energy, with that desire, keeping the faith, not allowing what's being reflected on the outside, in the outside world, to be the condition that alters your ability to believe in what it is you desire. Now, I'm going to go ahead and add, that's not saying that, sometimes there are circumstances where you decide, you know what, it's time for me to pivot, right? This isn't quite right anymore. I choose to switch gears. And so, you're going to have to make your own judgment call on things. But there are some things in life where you just know that I was so certain this was supposed to happen. Oh, wow. That's bringing up something for me. Interesting. And this is why, to me, it all comes back to you being able to clear your own energy. So you're releasing energies that don't serve you so that you can be clear on what it is you're feeling, what your intuition is saying. And then continuing to have the faith and surrender is a lot easier because you develop the ability to trust in your desires and what you're feeling and all of that. Anyway, I really loved that. That was really fun to open up to today. I'm going to go ahead and add something in here that isn't really part of this, but I'm going to say it anyway. There's an excerpt in another book that I've read from a few times. I'm not even going to name the book, that I keep thinking I'm supposed to read an excerpt of, but it delves into like toxicity, toxic relationships. And so I decided today, you know what? I'm not going to do an excerpt from that book because I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to delve into that energy. Right. I think at this point in time, the world has had so much of that. What we focus on expands. And so I'm just simply going to say that if me even bringing this up speaks to you in some form, here's the gist of what that message was. So this is kind of a side message, basically. The side message is be mindful of the relationships that you have and who you're allowing into your energy. You're from all types of relationships, your acquaintance relationships, but also, your intimate, close relationships. The energies that we choose to align with, that has an impact on us and how we can move forward and things like that. And with that said, everything serves a purpose. Every relationship, I believe, serves a purpose, especially when you're choosing to learn and grow from it. And maybe there will still be a time for me to share from that excerpt because it's really good. It's really good. I just like, let's focus on the good. So, yeah. So let me know what you're taking away from this. The desire factor, we talked about surrender and faith. And now I'm just going to take a few moments to pull some cards to expand on the message, see what else wants to come through. You know what? I'm going to pull first. I'm going to pull first from, my deck. The Every Day is a New Day deck. And if you like this deck, there is a link down in the description box where you can purchase this deck. The Every Day is a New Day deck. There we go. It's the same logo as the show, but also kind of looks like poker chips to me. So I don't know. Maybe that resonates with someone. Okay, let's see what message wants to come through to further expand on what we were just talking about in regards to surrendering, keeping the faith, not being too attached to seeing is believing, realizing that it's actually the reverse. Seeing is a reflection of believing. Believe first, and then you see. And there's so many things in life that we just automatically believe, so we see them, and they're easier. But those other things that we aren't used to seeing as much, it might require more belief, more faith. And remember, you don't always know what the journey is going to look like when you set out to manifest something. I've had some experiences in my life where I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I did not realize, there we go. I did not realize that, this one core experience was going to be part of the bigger thing that I knew I was moving towards. Really got to allow ourselves to be flexible and open as we are moving towards what we desire. Okay. This card is so perfect. This literally just popped out, landed on my leg here. The card from the Every Day is a New Day deck says, choosing to have faith requires taking action in the face of uncertainty. Waiting until you have more evidence before you decide to take action is not an act of faith. Oh my goodness, this way. I freaking love doing these videos. Here's the card if you want to take a snapshot of that. Waiting until you have more evidence before you decide to take action is not an act of faith. Think about it. Think about it. Okay, we're now going to pull a card from Louise Hay's How to Love Yourself card deck, because I believe that our desires are really an expansion, an expression of the love we have within us. So let's see what additional message wants to come through. I know I haven't been doing a lot of these videos yet lately. Let me know if you'd like more of these. I actually love to do these. I love to do so many things. Okay, let's see what message wants to come through this deck to be in service to everyone who listens or watches today's conversation. This conversation is replaying, of course, first airing on YouTube as a video for those who are listening, then as a podcast, because it will replay later as a podcast. So you can take a look in the description box for links to where else you can access today's conversation. And if you're not already on YouTube, join me there. This one flipped over. What does this one say? I freely express who I am. It is my birthright to express myself in ways that are fulfilling to me. It is my birthright to express myself in ways that are fulfilling to me. What's coming up for me as I read this is, are you allowing yourself to desire what it is you desire? Are you allowing yourself to be who you are? Maybe you simply desire to be the unique expression that you are in the world, and maybe you're feeling like you won't be accepted. You won't be loved. Other people will not like who you are. Maybe it's not so much about other people not liking who you are, but maybe it's more so about you don't want all that attention, because if you haven't been your authentic self, and then you begin to switch gears, maybe you know it's going to draw some attention. I've had that one. I've had that one. It's an awkward feeling. It's an awkward feeling. And yet, how much longer can you go without being the true, authentic expression of yourself in the world? You deserve better. And sometimes, a lot of times, what we desire may require us to move through some discomfort first. Just had a conversation, recorded a new interview today. I'm going to go ahead and say with Nazrin Barbic, and talking all about becoming the one to attract the one relationship. That episode will air in about a month or so. But that's being called up right now. It's, in order to get to where we want to be, we've got to align with it. And we've got to allow ourselves to move through discomfort so that we can feel good, right? We know we want to express ourselves in ways that are fulfilling, right? If you know you want to express yourself in ways that are more fulfilling to you, you have to become okay with feeling that. And so that may go through the discomfort of shifting from what you've been showing up as to who you authentically are. Okay. Let's pull another one. Let's see what else wants to come through. Yeah, I think we got to do more of these, don't we? I love these conversations. I really do. What is this one? I rejoice in my unlimitedness. I rejoice in my unlimitedness. I am aware that I am pure consciousness. I am one with all life. I am aware that I am pure consciousness. I am one with all life. So what this is bringing up is in the desire factor, Christy was talking about, remember, just because you don't see what it is you desire on the outside, you know that the desire for that you are expanding, and you are an extension of divine love and light. God, universe, all that is, whatever you want to call it. You are an extension of that. The fact that you have this desire is coming from that connection that you cannot see, and yet you feel, it's there. So the job is to make sure, wait a second, am I focused on what I'm seeing externally and allowing that to shift my belief? Or am I maintaining my focus on that which I can't see yet, but I know is so real? That unlimitedness, rejoice in it, love it, adore it, stay aligned with it. Let's do one more. I'm going to do one more from this deck, and then we're going to move to our final deck. I don't know. Oh, look at that. Okay, yep. I guess this was the one. Everything I need comes to me in the perfect time. Everything I need comes to me in the perfect time. I relax and enjoy life. I know that whatever I need to know is revealed to me in the perfect time and space sequence. And that's how you get to be in flow so that things come to you even sooner than being in the space of worry or frustration where you've now got constricted energy, linked to what it is you desire. Release that. Everything comes to you in the perfect time. Allow yourself to relax, enjoy life, have fun, knowing that whatever it is you're supposed to know, you're supposed to see, experience, will be revealed to you in the perfect time and space sequence. Love it. Okay, moving on to our last deck, because I said we're keeping this short. We're at 15 minutes right now. I am moving to Kyle Gray's Keepers of the Light deck. Are you letting your light shine? There's literally no one else out there in the world like you. Literally. No matter how similar other people may be, no one can ever be you. Do things the way that you do them. Shine the way that only you can shine. I hope you take time to love yourself and really embrace your authentic self. If you're looking for some assistance, if you'd like, maybe you weren't looking, but you're like, you know what? Yeah, I'd freaking love some assistance with this. Reach out to me. Reach out to me. That's one of the core things that I help people with, is reclaiming their authentic self, shining their authentic light, learning how to self-lovingly move forward, heal and release the past so you can move forward in the present. You deserve it. Let's see what message wants to come through this deck. This is a great deck. I love this deck. This is a new deck for me. It was a gifted. And what do we have here? We have... Okay, so this person is called Serapis Bay Ascension. It says, move into your true self. Rise above the darkness. The light is here. Oh my gosh. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for the guidance, the energy that flows through as we do this. Look at that. Move into your true self. Move into your true self. You have support for being who you are in the world. Rise above the darkness. The light is here. And I'm going to affirm right now, you are the light. You are the light. Be here now. Rejoice in your unlimitedness, because it is your birthright to express yourself in ways that are fulfilling to you. Remember, choose to have faith. And faith requires taking action in the face of uncertainty. So I have enjoyed this conversation. I hope you have too. If you came in late, it's so good to have you here. And I'm going to encourage you to, go back and revisit the excerpt that I shared from Christy Whitman's The Desire Factor. Just so inspired to share this with you today. Great topic about keeping the faith and surrendering even when you can't see what it is that you're manifesting. It's still coming. It's still coming. Have an amazing day. Let me know what you're taking away. And we'll be back soon with another guest interview. And I'm going to send you a big virtual hug from me to you. Have an amazing day, everybody. Bye.